Well, it is of course the trouble you have using used equipment on your farm is it cycles through the maintenance bay a lot more frequently. We are done. Turn that off. Fold that up. And let's drive to the entrance. Okay. Actually, that's not too bad. That gives me the opportunity to fix the tractor, empty the last of our seed into the tank, and yeah, do a thing. Go and do the other contract. We could get paid. That would be fine. How are we doing with diesel? Diesel's fine. And we should be able to get a look at what the class is doing. Looks like he has started on the headlands. So 7 headlands, it's going to take a while. And that's fine. He's getting to the end of the job. So let's go grab the last of the seed. Which did I do that? Yes. Oh, I need to do that and no. Fine. Let's jump out and drag that pallet out. I think the feed is where I put it, which is why it wouldn't load from the other side. But there's also the possibility that because it wasn't sat flat on the ground, that also was an issue. Okay. Put this right about there and get things serviced. Duck. Okay, so Massey Ferguson repair 1600. Might as well fix that for 54 and that for 20. Alrighty, that's all done. And I have 25% seed. Contracts, that was the thing I was doing. So that field's done. Yeah, you get paid. This field is bigger or uses a denser crop. So wheat. Let's get going. Now, one of the things I could actually take the sprayer out and try and work around the class, but sometimes workers just get in the way, and it's easier to let them do their thing and then take over once they're done. Anyway, almost time where we could take another look at the store and see what's available there. Maybe I'll do that when we need more seed. First things first, I've got to figure out the best way to get to this field, which may be an issue. Oh, excuse me. So 68 is there, I'm here. Oh, that's kind of useful. Yeah, what I was thinking, this turn takes me down to the path I used to get to the store. And then going this way looks like I can cut through here, but that gets me to these fields up at the top here. It doesn't get me over here. There's a track there that I might have to use. I don't know. At least we know left turn. At this point, I can see the field that we need to be doing. So 2 o'clock, 4 hours to do this field. It might take longer. So we'll have to see how that works out. Okay, can I get in on this corner? Yes, good. Unfold. Yeah, I did. Oh, turn on. Lower. Go. Alrighty. So we are doing our second contract. And as I said, this seed will not last long enough at all. If I'm lucky, I'll get 2 headlands done, and then we'll have to go pick up more seed and come back to finish it. Also be able to see if there's any way out other than the way we came in. Because that's going to be a thing too. Oop, tea's getting a little bit cold. Nearly done anyway, so. So yeah, as far as I know, my schedule should be all the Saturdays at least for now. But as I said, I got the MRIs first week in April, and then beginning of the second week I get to talk to my specialist again to see what he's going to suggest, and that could throw the calendar up in the air to a point of who knows what we're going to be doing. As I said, I'm struggling with mobility at the moment. I could barely walk around last night. Today is a little bit better, but not incredibly better. It's a little bit close to the edge. I can pull in a bit. There we go. What I'm trying to do is use the left-hand wheels on the cultivator to determine where I want to be for the next seeding row. Unless a tree gets in the way, in which case we'll just guess. High tree. And with the farming guys I watch at the moment, I believe Millennial Farmer's getting ready for field work. He's taking off the snowplow stuff from his smaller tractor, servicing the rock picker and the big tractor and cultivating tool that he has. And then he'll be all set for the coming year, I guess, or at least for spring. And he said he's got about 3 weeks of not having to transport any maize, corn to the ethanol plant, I think is where he takes his. So he can actually concentrate on getting stuff in the ground, as opposed to fitting it in between other things or fitting other things in between that. Tom Pemberton let the Highlands out into the fields. They're not. He doesn't use them as production cows. They're more sort of a thing that visitors to the farm can look at. So they're going out into the field. They're a bit more hardy than the rest of his cows. So while the fields are all soaked in water and just not really a good plan to put his milking cows and his beef cows out there, the Highlands don't really care about wet fields. They just like being outside, so they put on a happy show for his camera while he was letting them out. And then it's probably going to be about another 2-3 weeks before he lets his main herds out. Hopefully less rain going on for a time. I do remember last time I was in the UK was this time of year, and I still had some pre-played flight hours at the flight school I had used there for a couple of years. So I decided to use them up. And while it was really nice weather, it had been raining solidly for about 3 months. And so the airfield, while it wasn't wet, go a couple of inches under the surface, it was drenched. And we went out, small, I think we went out in a P828 Piper. No problems. The instructor did tell me don't stop when you get to the runway because you'll sink into the dirt. So we just rolled it onto the runway and just powered up and went. No problems. We got back to the airfield and there was a twin-engine plane right on the runway, or right on the edge of the runway. And he'd just finished doing his power-on test. Oh, we're empty. And he was still just sat there, and there were like 4 of us all lining up to land. And the ATC guy was sort of, you planning to move that thing anytime soon? He's, we can't, we're stuck. He'd allowed the twin-engined plane to come to a stop, and it is way heavier than a small training single-engine plane. So they had to get the tractor out to haul it out of the way. First 2 guys all waved off. The second guy said, can I land on the alternate runway, which generally they don't use. They always land on the left runway. and he requested clearance to land on the right runway, which would be the left if you were taking off in the other direction. And he was given permission, and then I was told, yeah, you can land on that runway too. And I just said, yeah, I'm already lining up on it. That's fine. And so landed the plane, no problems. And I think I'd managed to use up all my hours and owed them like £20 for the extra 20 minutes that I'd been flying. Okay, we need stuff. Let's buy stuff. Get the big bags because we're buying it at the store. And while we're here, so there's a straw blower, there's a corn header, there's a big giant thing. Not a lot. Okay. Now, what did I say? This side appears to be the side which you refill from. I thought. Is it the other side? I don't know. Good grief. Okay. Fine. We won't pretend to use the forklift. We will use the forklift. Oh, that'll give me an opportunity to use the fancy joystick. And I do have a Manitou now, so I could actually use big bags for everything. Up until now, because I haven't really had a loader set up. Really? Okay, what's wrong with these bags? Wait. There we go. Gotcha. Problem is, I don't think this lifts high enough. It lifts high enough for me to sense it. So that's fine. Doink. Oh. So I can't remember what I was saying, but yeah. New joystick. It's actually, it doesn't feel too bad. Oh, I was using, I wasn't using a loader to load stuff into the seed bags. Plus, as we've already shown, it doesn't reach. So that's kind of an issue. However, that's done. We'll go and turn off the forklift. I'll leave it out with the seed on it, so that if we have to when we have to come back, it'll all be ready to load. But yeah, so I've been using the little pallets of seed packets because those seed packets are actually quite heavy, but in real life, but they are liftable by a person, which those big bags, you can't pick them up by yourself. You need a vehicle with an attachment. So now that we've got the Merlot, I could argue that I can use the Merlot to pick up the big bags and load seeders with them. actually very easily with them, because the Mellow has a much bigger lift ability than a tractor or a forklift or a skid steer or anything. Okay, here we are. I will. So, unfold. Yes. Until it's unfolded. Turn it. Yeah, I did. Turn it on. Yes. Lower. Yes. Go. Yes. Alrighty. I'm not sure where we ran out of seed down here, but it was definitely on this final stretch. How's the tractor looking? 96%. Actually, it's not too bad. I think I have actually done a lot of work in this tractor before we took it onto seeding anything, which is why it is so it was so close to being needed to be repaired again. Okay. I'll fill in this bit here. And that does now give us 2 complete headlands to work. And off we go. Still got all the lights on. It's 2:30. As I said, I think the rain is scheduled for 6 o'clock. So I still have 3.5 hours to complete this field. We'll see how well we do. A little bit of a slope here. I don't think I feel the tractor struggling. It's issue here is I'm not actually driving on a compass cardinal, so you can see that the lines are slightly off to the direction I'm driving, which does make it a little tricky to keep the line. I could go to the top of the other end of the field and start there, because that is directly east-west. Let's do that. Anything to make it easier on me to do things is always a good deal. So I already used 7% seed. Though technically the north-south would be the way. Let's go north. Let's go north-south. North-south, longer rows, less turning round to do. I like that plan. Actually, that's... Why does that say 90? This is actually east-west. Okay. Yes, it's east-west. looks like there's an entire row to my right. Yes, this is east-west. That's the thing. Back in the good old days, the little map didn't rotate, so north was always up. And this little round map, it rotates with the tractor, so you have to figure out which way north is. And I forgot that road in front of us actually runs north-south. I wasn't thinking. So 30% done and 10% of the seed gone. Hey, maybe not. We'll get it all done on one tank. But once that's done, I can run over to the store, top off with the seed that's remaining, and bring it all back to the farm for us to use later. Okay, but as I was saying, this is the long side of the field, so I'm driving in a straight line for much longer than I'm trying to turn the tractor around, and I missed another bit. I'm not going to be too concerned with that this time, because we're not going to plant the entire field 100% success. We're going to be completing the contract to 100%. Oh, and that tea is very cold and gone, so not an issue.